This section goes through topics and concepts that are important for the PMP exam. The first item is to make sure that you understand all the facets of the risk management planning process and the reason for risk planning. It's the baseline for evaluating project risk and all of the resources that should be applied to it throughout the project. The risk management plan is the input to all of the other risk planning processes. And remember, defining probability and impact is key for the basis for evaluating the identified risks later in other risk planning processes. The exam may contain techniques that are not detailed in the PMBOK guide. Make sure you're familiar with all of the techniques we've reviewed in this chapter. For example, the decision tree analysis. For the exam, it's assumed that the probability and impact matrix values are usually set by the organization and are part of the organizational process assets. Interviewing is a tool and technique of the quantitative risk analysis process, and make sure you memorize the types of probability distributions used to determine and display risk information. Simulation techniques are recommended for predicting schedule or cost risks. Make sure you understand the differences between qualitative and quantitative risk analysis processes. And risk ranking determines the level of risk response planning performed for the individual risks. And make sure you memorize the strategies for risk response planning. This concludes the key items that are important for the exam.